Today I'm looking at the last ever space shuttle mission, STS-135. This historical mission, like most of the space stuff, is littered with truths. It's almost as if they were trying to tell us. It just seems not many people were taking much notice. All these years forward now, and it would seem it's just screaming out at us how obvious and ridiculous all of this space stuff is. So let's revisit this historical moment in time, essentially the last ever supposed American space shuttle mission, and let's highlight the absurdity of all of this nonsense through this historical mission. Like I said, it's almost like they're trying to tell us. It's that obvious. We'll start with a well-known clip, which I think most of us have seen, and then we'll see some slightly rarer clips. Again, all highlighting the absurdity of this nonsense. So let's have a look. First up is this infamous clip, which essentially is a hairspray fetish gone wrong, blended with a harness pantomime. We've got Sandy Magnus at the back, who's obviously gone way overboard with the hairspray to try and sell the lie that she's in a weightless environment. If that wasn't bad enough, we got Matey at the front left, feels the need to do a somersault, again to try and sell this lie, probably off the back of how bad Sandy's hair looks. The problem is, with Matey doing his somersault, our friend Doug Hurley, front right, has so little confidence in Matey doing the somersault that he feels the need to get involved and grab his harness and stabilise him. Of course, giving the game away even more. So let's have a look.
I'm telling you, I've done a lot of these interviews, well, a few of them from space. The technology now is amazing. The picture, guys, you look like you're in a studio, maybe in Omaha, Nebraska or something. The shot is so...
Very little delay in responding to that. And look at the looks of guilt on their faces. It's almost like they got caught with their hands in the cookie jar.
Clear. Is this a hoax? Are you really in space still?
Yes, two tins of hairspray on my hair. Yes, this is good scientific evidence and proof. Ridiculous, Sandy. And Matey here, front left, knows it, which is why he feels the need to try and do a somersault.
I don't know. We're going to have to do something for you.
Right, we'll slow it down at this point and turn the sound down and highlight Doug here, front right, who's the star of this, as his wandering hand sweeps up the leg of Matey here, I think his name's Chris, and then grabs the harness to stabilise him. Of course, Doug wouldn't need to get involved whatsoever if what was going on was real. So let's slow this down. Turn the sound down. We don't want to go all psychedelic on you. Let's have a look at Doug giving the game away by having so little faith in his spinning Astro Dame colleague. Doug getting very touchy, feely. And watch this. The ISS sweep, they call this, as he comes up his thigh here. And then looks, twing, grabs seemingly nothing, pulls at his trousers, but of course we know that's the attachment of where the harness is, thus giving the game away even more. Let me slow the speed down and we'll come back. Normal and volume. Doug, you blew it. You got too touchy-feely with a harness. Sarah, too much hairspray, sweetheart. Shocking.
Watch this. Can everybody float around for us? That was really cool, Chris. Look at her. Look at her.
I think Sandy's hair is pretty much a dead giveaway.
Yeah, you're not kidding me, old mate. It's absolutely shocking, as was your performance on the harness. Dear, oh dear.
It is.
Well, there you go. There's a pose for you right there.
Right, let me just forward it a bit. Bear with me. And then we come to this clip. Supposed live. We got the Astro Dames chatting to President Obama. We'll look at a short clip, just really looking at Sandy's hair, how that doesn't move in relation to her necklace there, which she's got. Strange, if she was in a weightless environment, her necklace, which is obviously heavier, being metal, If that was moving, I'd like to think her hair would be moving a lot more. But no, of course, Sandy has gone a little bit overboard on the old hairspray. But Sandy's not the star of this clip. The star of this clip is a space moth, and we'll come to that in a second. But let's just have a quick look at Sandy.
President, you're talking to the Increment 28 crew and the crew of the Space Shuttle Atlantis.
Just watch her hair not move in relation to the necklace, which is bouncing all over the place.
Oh, that's funny, see, because I was just dialing out for pizza, and I didn't expect to end up in space.
Well, yes, sir. It's really an honor and a privilege that you took some time out of your busy day.
Yeah, it's hilarious stuff.
Well, listen,
I'd love to stop and join in with the banter, but I've got a space moth to investigate. Bear with me. So, from the same clip, I've just zoomed in, and you can see where the space moth is going to appear from behind the shoulder of Matey Boy, front left. He's then going to fly up at an angle and land on our mate there in the middle right on his ear. So we'll watch the clip a couple of times. Take note of the moth. Take note of Matey Boy, whose ear it lands on, is fully aware of the moth. And take note of Matey Boy's face, the implications of this moth, this insect flying around. Of course, giving the game away big time. So let's have a look. We'll watch it a few times, but remember where the moth appears from and remember where he flies. Let's have a look.
Exploration and courage.
Hang on, let me turn the volume down. Bear with me. Here comes the moth. Any minute now. It appeared, goes up. Matey sees it, hits his ear, lands on his ear. Look at Matey, he's so aware of it. And back again. Get ready for the moth. Space moth up. Matey sees it, lands on his ear. He can't stop thinking about it. It's almost tickling his ear. And again. And of course, Matey knows the implications of this insect flying across, landing on his ear. Here it comes. Lands on his ear. Oops. As if it wasn't bad enough, Sandy with her hairspray fetish, and of course the CGI department with her necklace not really working together. Then we got a space moth who obviously doesn't care whatsoever about this silly pantomime, flying across our screen and landing on Matey's ear. One more time. As we go back round. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the space moth, who's obviously not a fan of this nonsense. Here he comes. Hey! Lands on Matey's ear. Matey can't stop thinking about it. What is it? Get that moth off. It's tickling. We've just been exposed even more. Please don't get me even started on Sandy's fucking hairspray fetish. Clearly ridiculous. And then we got Matey Boy here, going to ring the bell for the last time, as essentially a group of men depart a toy space station. So let's have a listen.
Atlantis departing the International Space Station for the last time. Thank you for your 12 dock missions to the ISS and for capping off 37 space shuttle missions to construct a orbiting research facility. We'll miss you guys. Godspeed, soft landing, and we'll see you back on Earth in the fall. Hey, thanks, Ron, USOS lead.
Obviously, this is him chatting to the guys on the shuttle, and of course, this is the camera on the ISS looking down at the shuttle, and very shortly, we're going to see the camera on the shuttle looking up at the ISS.
And to the station commander, Andrei Borisenko, we appreciate your hospitality again. And when a generation accomplishes a great thing, it's got a right to stand back and for just a moment admire and take pride in its work. From our unique vantage point right here, perched above the Earth, we can see the International Space Station is a...
Wow, you wanted stars in space? You got it. You want toy models in space? You got it. This is what Matey's supposedly looking up at from his space shuttle. Look at it.
Wonderful accomplishment. It was born at the end of the Cold War. It's enabled many nations to speak one in space. As the ISS now enters the era of utilization, we'll never forget
17,500 mile an hour this thing's supposedly traveling at.
the role the space shuttle played in its creation. Like a proud parent, we anticipate great things to follow from the men and women who build, operate, and live there. From this unique vantage point, we can see a great thing has been accomplished. Farewell, ISS. Make us proud.
Quick! Someone move the toy model. It's been dead still for too long. We're supposed to be travelling 17,500 mile an hour. What's the matter with you? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. So it would seem STS-135, the famous last space shuttle mission, was essentially a hairspray fetish blended with a harness pantomime, blended with a moth truth reveal, blended with a toy model space station. Oh dear, who would have thought?